video on Friday, which I wanted to do, I guess, today. I know it's a little delayed, but that's okay because it just happens when it's supposed to happen. So I had a topic that I was actually going to discuss. I'll go over it maybe a little bit, but more than anything, actually, there seems to be a lot of energy that's going around with the different planetary alignments and shifts, and so I felt like it might be important for everybody to know what in the hell is going on. And so there are 7 planets currently in retrograde. So Pluto has actually been in retrograde since April 27th. It'll continue for another few weeks. So Pluto retrograde is a lot about your time for inner transformation and release. You also are going to be seeing Saturn that has been in retrograde for a little bit now and is about to end. So May 23rd to October the 10th. So Saturn retrograde is going to be a lot about analyzing and rethinking your beliefs. Then we've got Jupiter that's been retrograde June 20th. It will actually go till October the 18th. That's going to be a time for internal growth and calm. And so that's just a little bit with Jupiter. Neptune. So Neptune is actually going to be with us a little bit longer. It actually started on June 25th. It's going to go until December the 1st. So Neptune retrograde is a time of clarity and clarity without illusions. So really making you look at certain situations with very clear eyes and making sure that you're actually, having a lot of clarity with the different situations and things that you've had going on in your life. Then there's Chiron. Chiron is been started on July 15th. It'll go to December 19th. Chiron is is known as the wounded healer. It is going to be a lot of emotional healing. So a lot of stuff gets brought up about your emotional baggage, shit that you haven't dealt with, and makes you kind of look back at it and face it. It's super fun. It's really great sometimes. Uranus. Yep, so Uranus. Which, it's supposed to be Uranus, but I like to call it Uranus. So anyways, Uranus is actually is a time of interchange and also of independence. And that one was started actually in August 19th. It's going to go all the way to January the 18th. And then finally, we are headed back into the joy of Mercury retrograde. It's going to be September 27th is when it's going to officially go into retrograde, and it'll go until October the 18th. So it is already in its shadow period, which means that you'll already start to have some of the different effects with Mercury retrograde. So it's time to finish what you started. It's going to be, for some reason, I do get a lot that's going to be going on with technology with this retrograde. Not sure why, but that's just what Spirit's kind of led me to, the information that they've kind of given me. So it is really about slowing down. It's about, don't enter into any contracts during Mercury retrograde. It is going to be in Libra at this point, and so if anybody that is in Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, this is going to be a transit that will more than likely affect you more than others. If your exes start popping up during this retrograde, that is pretty common with Mercury. So they'll come back around to bring the joys of exes. And but also it is about business revisions. It's about marriages and relationships. But the big thing is about bringing things back into balance, slowing yourself down. Don't get don't be trying to rush through things in Mercury retrograde, especially communication. So because it will definitely be one of those things that if you are more, communicate too rapidly or try to not do it, with a clear enough thought, that it's going to get miscommunicated and you're going to have some issues there. So we also just went through the, I guess it was last night, was the full moon, but we are still going to be holding on to some of that energy with it over the next couple of days. And the full moon was in Pisces. So that is actually a very positive thing. It's a very good energy. It's going to generally mean that your intuition is going to feel very connected at that time. Lots of creativity. And to be honest, just magic will really feel like it's running through with your emotions. So it's also one to help you to take hold of abundance and want to bring it in. It is a key player with, this moon being also trine to Jupiter. So it's bringing in easy communication and good opportunities. So that's kind of what's going off with those two things. The last, I think it was the last one. Let me make sure I've got my notes here. The other thing that I wanted to also discuss was if any of y'all have been feeling like you want to cut somebody, possibly punch them in the throat, it's potential because, I mean, it has been there with a lot of people lately, a lot of frustrated energy. So there for the next 2 months, now that Mars and the Sun are actually moving closer together, we do feel a lot of fiery energy ramping up, and it is easy to cause a lot of anger issues, causing people to explode, people feeling very pissed off for personal or collective reasons. And it's going to carry on for, unfortunately, most of autumn. So it's, when Mars is actually close to the Sun, it's going to really act as a, unprecedentedly buried or unexpressed anger. It's going to build up, it's going to explode in episodes. So be careful when you drive, operate machinery, which of course that's also true when you deal with Mercury retrograde because it can affect transportation. So this kind of doubles that, right there. So it's Mars is going to be in relation to and oriented to Libra for a month and a half, and it's actually going to have that frustrated energy and can manifest into manifest in your one-to-one changes. So sorry about that. Couldn't get my words out my mouth this morning. But on the positive side, anger can sometimes be a great motivator, and it can help us get things done. So if we had no internal fire, we might actually just sit on our butts and not actually, push through to get through some of the things that possibly we need to actually really put a fire under our ass anyways to move forward. So that's a little bit about what is currently going on. I hope it kind of gives y'all a little bit of insight with the planets and how they may be affecting you right now. And then the other, I guess, the message that Spirit had led me to, that they were wanting me to speak on is media. Again, but last week was social media, or last time was social media, but this is about news media and about how it is amplifying people's fears, their insecurities, their, turning against each other. It is really, putting out strong things of strong information. I want y'all to recognize that they put out information that they want you to see. How much of it is it that they don't want you to see? I mean, how much is it that you allow your life to be manipulated by what's fed to you with the news and with the different media outlets? I've seen so many people just turning on each other because of an opinion. What the fuck? Really? I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but do you have to hate somebody else because they have a different one? And do you really need to be strung along by the fear-mongering media? Don't feed in. I honestly have tried to avoid the news at all costs. I started that several years ago. It was super important for me, and it was because of the fact that there was so much, obviously, that I get from the news, some of the different news, I guess, crimes and things like that, that made me feel it at a different level, especially back then when I first started actually cutting out a lot of the news, because I was out of control with my gift and I didn't have a proper way to actually, put that wall up. But still, no matter what, if there is a bunch of fear being fed to you, or there's a bunch of stress and energy that's being pushed onto you of, oh God, this many people are dying, this many people are, this, and it will leave you in a place of anxiety and stress, and you're also allowing it to be, the information is being dictated and controlled to you with how they perceive it. I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm not saying that some of that information is wrong. I'm saying that you just need to gauge how much you allow that to affect your life. That was my message. So I guess, I could continue on with that one, but it's really, just the general point of it. And I really just want to make sure that these videos are short enough so that y'all actually stay with me for long enough to actually get the message that I have for y'all from Spirit. I really hope y'all are enjoying these. If you are, please share it or like the video, just, so that I kind of know, or even just put a comment in there so that I kind of have an idea as to how y'all feel about the different information I'm sharing besides the general reads that I'm doing on Thursday. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your week. I will do another video for Thankful Thursday and the other message the Spirit leads me to for the end of the week. We'll look forward to seeing y'all soon. If y'all are looking for a session, please feel free to find me at clairvoyantjust.com bleh. Again, the words to my mouth, just like, okay, I'll see y'all soon. Bye.